Hey everyone, James here from 9 to 5 Software, and today we're diving deep into the best ways to fix messy, noisy audio and turn that footage into viral gold without losing your sanity. You know exactly the feeling I'm talking about. You record a brilliant take, you finally hit playback, and then you hear that distracting AC hum, street traffic, or construction banging in the background. It's super discouraging to put in all that effort only to have the quality ruined by noise. But today we're going to walk through the best tools to scrub that audio clean. We will look at the pros and cons of these audio tools, and then I will show you how Vizard can streamline your entire workflow so you stop fiddling with settings and start posting. Before we jump into the technical details, I have added links to every app I mentioned in the description below so you can easily test them out yourself. Let's start with a giant in the industry, Adobe Audition, which is likely already on your radar if you have done any serious audio work in the past. The basic workflow here is straightforward. You highlight a section of your track containing only the noise, and then Audition creates a specific profile to remove it across the entire clip. The real magic happens in the spectral frequency display, which gives you a visual map of the audio so you can surgically remove noise without damaging the actual vocals. However, the big elephant in the room is the price point, because Audition is subscription-based and can feel like total overkill if you aren't using all the pro features. There is also a bit of a learning curve involved, and if you are not careful with those reduction sliders, you can end up making your voice sound like it is underwater. My pro tip for Audition is to take it slow, move your sliders in small increments, and keep checking that spectral view to ensure you are only cutting what you need. Next up, let's talk about Audacity, which is the free open-source veteran that everyone seems to rely on when they are just starting out. Audacity is honestly fantastic for those on a strict budget, and the noise reduction workflow is very simple. Sample the noise, create a profile, and apply it to the file. It requires a bit of manual trial and error to get the settings just right, but for most creators and podcasters, it is more than capable of handling background hums. The trade-off with Audacity is that it isn't the slickest or fastest interface, and if you get aggressive with the settings, you will definitely hit that weird, warbly, underwater sound. It is not as feature-rich as the paid alternatives, but for learning the basics of audio restoration without spending a dime, it is a rock-solid choice. Now, let's move into the heavyweight category with iZotope RX, which is exactly where the pros go when they need that undeniable jaw-dropping wow factor. Its spectral analysis and specialized modules like de-click, de-hum, and de-reverb can literally rescue audio that you thought was completely lost to background noise. RX is essentially a Swiss Army knife for audio, but the learning curve is much steeper than Audacity, feeling almost like you are learning a superpower. The catch with RX is, again, the cost and the complexity, because you might end up paying for advanced features that you rarely actually use. But for anyone doing professional audio restoration, where every millisecond of quality counts, the investment is almost always worth it. So to recap, we have Audition for precision, Audacity for budget-friendly basics, and iZotope RX for advanced restoration, and they all have their specific place. However, here is where most creators get stuck. Cleaning the audio is actually only the first half of the battle in modern content creation. Once your audio is perfectly clean, you still have to find the best moments, chop those highlights into clips, add captions, and schedule them across platforms. That is exactly where Vizard comes into the picture, and it is the main reason I have been talking about it so much in my recent videos. Vizard isn't an audio plugin, so it won't replace Audition or RX, but it completely changes how you repurpose your cleaned content into engaging short-form clips. Imagine you have spent hours cleaning up a podcast, but now you need to find the viral moments. Vizard automatically scans your video for those high-engagement beats. It identifies the funny lines, the emotional beats, and the punchy statements, turning them into ready-to-post clips so you don't have to scrub through hours of footage manually. Another killer feature is the smart scheduling tool, which allows you to set your posting frequency, and then Vizard will queue and publish your clips automatically. This is huge for busy creators who want to maintain a steady presence on their socials without having to babysit the posting process every single day. Combine that with the integrated content calendar, and you have a totally streamlined workflow where you can plan, tweak, and publish from a single dashboard. Let's be real about the differences here. Audition and RX are about making your audio sound pristine, while Audacity handles the basics for free. But none of those tools actually solve the distribution problem, because you can spend all day cleaning audio and still face hours of work editing and scheduling posts. Vizard closes that loop by helping you repurpose your content, manage your posting schedule, and keep your entire publishing operation organized. In short, your audio tools fix the sound, but Vizard makes sure that cleaned content works as hard as possible for your brand. For a practical workflow, I recommend a hybrid approach. Use Audition or RX for those really messy surgical fixes, and save Audacity for the simple tasks. Once your audio is tidy, import that media into Vizard, let the AI find your top moments, add your captions, and then schedule them to go live. This method is infinitely faster than doing everything manually and allows you to focus on the creative side of your content instead of the grunt work. I get asked often if Vizard handles bad audio on its own, but the short answer is that it helps you repurpose content, not restore damaged audio. If your audio is truly unusable due to heavy noise, fix that first with a tool like Audition or RX, then bring the clean file into Vizard for the distribution magic. Consider the pricing carefully too, because while Audition is a professional subscription, Vizard saves you the cost of hiring an editor by scaling your output automatically. For many creators, that kind of efficiency translates directly to more reach and growth, which often pays for the software almost immediately. To wrap this all up, choose Audition or iZotope RX if your primary goal is deep-level audio restoration, and stick with Audacity if you are budget-conscious. But if your ultimate goal is taking that clean content and turning it into a consistent stream of viral clips with automated scheduling, Vizard is the game changer. It is not a replacement for the audio experts. Rather, it is the missing piece that ensures your hard work actually gets seen by the audience it deserves. Don't forget, I have included all the links in the description below so you can try these tools out and build your perfect content workflow today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments if you want to see a full workflow tutorial. I personally read almost every comment, so if you are stuck on a specific feature or have a question about the process, please drop it below. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you clean up that background noise and finally get your best content out into the world. Catch you in the next video, keep creating, and peace out.